to go. Is that so, Cestrion? It sounds vaguely familiar to something I've done with echoes. Stay hydrated, all. Sure. Oh. Well, in the end, it didn't really matter, though, did it? Oh, is that why you were having that issue in the bug report? Or did someone... I can't remember if it was just you who had that issue. Okay. Well. Oops. Oops. Good job, me. Well, I'm at least glad that you tried your best and put in the effort to time race, which I know is stepping out of your comfort zone. Fuck you, seedling. Hello, Storm. Yes, it is indeed async time. Ow. I'm assuming DND this. Can you DNF this? I'm assuming you DNF this. And that makes me rather concerned. You were just stupid? I see. Well, you seem to fix your stupidity with the race today. Very well. Beating Jay is notable. It do be like that sometimes. DNF both asyncs, damn. That is unfortunate. It'd be like that sometimes, though. I've definitely had those days. You oh, unfortunate. Is it underground tunnel, if I may ask? I'm probably not gonna async. I don't really see myself doing that. It's economy. Playing echoes. There's bombs. Crash on. Oh! Okay, that's not even spoilers. Oh, I think yeah, you remember. I remember you talking to Aaron about that. Let's see. That's X-ray. It's perfect. Yeah. Some days are just bad days for racing. And it's especially bad if it's a bad day and you want to do a lot of racing, speedrunning. That has not happened to me in very long. Let's delete the hive totem too. Just, got hive totem. He should. I guess we go back for X-ray immediately. don't really want to leave it alone. You know, P, I feel like it's gonna have an artifact, honestly. It's just like one of those seeds. I do want to reiterate, Storm, I am very excited for you, the Prime tournament, and your performance, because we've got very good, very talented. Thank you. Bombs. Oh, crap. Thank you. Tank. Take that. Yes, another tree. Oops. Excuse me, guys. Some through. Some missile. Oh, right. Yes. Some missiles up there. Missile. I'm gonna go back for that X-ray. Not really. Controls. Bitch! Let me do my weird DSJ. I don't even know if I want to avoid. I open the door. Okay. I could save work here. Not worth, but I don't have space jump, so I don't really. Honestly, I do feel like today's race was a very good opportunity for me, and I'm kind of surprised that I didn't. Though to be fair, I only made one real mishap, but it lost me a lot of time. Slightly inoptimal. You know what? I'm gonna do something that would make me happy. Check this first to see if it's spider. Oh wait. I did steps there. No, in hindsight, I should have saved gallery. Just in case this item ends up being lower water. I wonder how many late various seeds we'll see in this tournament. I feel like it's been a little bit since I've had a pretty good one. Nice. That'll be good. after I have a waiting dynamo. Or at least see what it is. Yeah, I'm usually okay at it. Oh, if that was Space Jump, I'd be definitely back to do it again. At the very least, I want to have that on me going to Magma. God, I don't know. This should be pretty cool. Shit. Okay. Well, it's gonna be nice for Fen. You're the kind of person to go to Magmore as soon as you get very happy. Oh, can't get upper furnace, but I am still partial. See if I can pull this off. Nope. Jesus, game. Nothing that, no. Social. Alright, I think we're just gonna easy on this pad. Check for our side. Thankfully, we already checked the tree, and we know that it's dead. Hydrate time loss. This is not in logic. Or the expansion. I want. not gonna get through this one. Gotten the hang of that son of more. To it, wow, is to fall without touching any of that cushion, and unmorph later than. Think how much is that? Nice. Okay, I just got that dash kick sometimes. Try. Shit. That's fine. Ice Beam, if I find Spider Ball, could put all of the Elders in the logic. That Ice Beam is logical, but it doesn't do anything for me quite yet. Oh, hello. Thank you, Big Shmi, for the raid. Oh, hello. Hi, Jungle Boss. Thank you for making me panic, quote unquote. Luck gamers, I appreciate it. I don't know if my alerts are working. I don't think they are. Alright. See you around, Jungle Boss. Alright, I will now blame Jungle Boss. Jungle Boss, how fucking could you? Nah, but I appreciate it, guys. Dashing there was more optimal. Taking up tool. And yes, you are. Nice. Okay, now that Ice Beam is starting to look intriguing, and I think I'm actually going to take a bit of a risk here and go straight to Overgrown Cavern. Because that Ice Beam is extremely suspicious. Even though that Plasma Beam is stuff. Actually, you know what's more suspicious? Elder Chamber. With that Plasma Beam. Also do a Root Cave. I haven't found Grapple. They're pretty cool. This is a randomizer, so there's a lot of things that are different from him. The whole thing about spearing this game is going sideways is fast. There's no sideways speed cap. There's a backwards speed cap, but not sideways. If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking out the any % task for this game. It's pretty bonkers, especially if you're someone who only really knows the game casually. I should not be going this way. It's a good game. Yes, join me in the any %. I've been doing a lot of inbounds lately. That's been pretty easy to get back into. Not really much to reset. Oh, Spear and Celeste. Oh, that's awesome. I have that game in my Steam or my Steam library. I've yet to play it. It's on my to-do list, but I've got a lot of games on it. So Celeste will come soon to you. Expansion. I would not remotely consider PBVB. Our bombs before bombs. I have done it one time. It's not easy, and it's pretty annoying to do. And it makes your attempts a lot more reset heavy. Damn it. I wanted to save my space jump to dash off that jump. The difficult part, besides needing to be good at low-doing, is being able to correctly align yourself with the power bombs such that you do not soft lock and you successfully grab it. Not to mention that you also have to do a wall crawl without bombs, which can be tricky. So it's hard enough that I have never done it in a run. Not even a run that's hasn't finished. Just haven't. I do Fiery Shores PvP if I'm ever seriously running any %. There is a tutorial if you are interested in Arls for Bonds. Wow. To see our secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel part 2. Yeah, Ice Ruins West is trickier. However, it is a trick that's much less... Well, it's much shorter to do. At least depending on how you're doing it. Which can make it easier for some. Yeah, PvP in total, I think, saves about a minute 50, minute 40 over double IS. And I mean, it depends on how much you really want that time save. Yeah, I'll pick flamethrower. Minute 50, that's like 2 weeks. You're not wrong, right? The thing is about this game is that the skill ceiling for movement is so high that generally that minute is never really going to count. technically the only player who's ever gotten that time out of it is the world record holder. The second place 20% holder uses the route Storm the Wyvern here is talking about. Just because their movement is so good, that time save... Actually, no. They use a different route. They did get, like, third or the fourth kind of time using the route Storm is talking about. It's all to say that while it's important to pick a route that you are happy with and comfortable about, it's also important to understand that the fastest route is not necessarily the better route. At least when it comes to each runner and what they try to accomplish. So this really just barren. That is insane. So I guess it's just the answers are. Well, this seed is very weird. I got debated. Yeah, T3 is leagues above everybody else. And it just comes from committing so much time to the game and optimizing every little thing that can be optimized and made consistent. He also has obviously a fair amount of free time. Seems to have periods where he grinds the game a lot, because if you pay attention to his YouTube channel, you'll see specific periods of time where he doesn't upload and then uploads like several videos and maybe has a run at the end of them. You can definitely sub-hour. It just takes some time commitment. Oh yeah? So that's kind of similar that way. I should have peeked the thing. Nice. RNG's on my side. Crap. Yes. My favorite part about Metroid Prime is not going fast, but just looking cool. Looking cool gives you... It makes you go faster, I swear. Stretches out of the way. It's been 30 minutes already. That dip into far shows though is that it's not the correct play. Which is still quite surprising to me. Echoes also has cool movement, it's just a lot less intuitive. And less fluid? That makes sense. Spider. You hold up your dynamos and kill. Oh yeah, I forgot to go get supers. I hope Lighthouse is not something. I'll find boost and say never finished. Yeah. You know what you expect. Damn it. We need to figure out a strat there. Down one of those dash points. Let's dash up. Crap. Yeah, if only. So. So. They beat the load on that thing? That was just a missile. Okay, but if I find wave here, I'm going to backtrack to Chozo. But I mean, before I do anything, okay, go. All right, say them out loud for this. Elite Research, Cargo Freight Lift, PCA, Security Cave, Tower of Light. Alright. Straightforward artifacts. We don't have PMT. We do have the OP requirement, which I call requirement quotation marks. This is eerily familiar to the race I just did. Okay, what I think we're gonna do is save warp here. Well, actually no. Labs, because I feel Labs always has a decent chance of having a good major. This again, purely familiar. It's either like boost, gravity, or thermal that are available, or main power bombs. Crap, I missed this animal. It's gonna be tedious depending on what I find. Okay, that's a peak expansion. A little bit convenient, but not required. So oh, I assure you, Storm, it is the lighting disappeared. I hope I don't look bad. It is might be rather tricky getting rid of some random muscle memory with playing vanilla. Damn it. The UBJ is harder than it looks. It's gonna be difficult at first going back to vanilla game muscle memory. Because I've been there. Yep. You're gonna try skipping cuts. I assure you, you are going to skip a couple of cutscenes that are only skippable with Randomizer. There's like missile blast shields, certain quality of life things, lag. Wow. You're going to get a lot of frame drops that you probably aren't prepared for. You know, Ridley is going to behave a bit differently. I don't know. I have security. I just want to see if I can get Mr. Gravity. Turn my light. It probably went a little bit slower, but okay. That is a silvery Metroid. Now, I don't want to do this. Really don't. It's my posture. I'm gonna go get everything. It's just gonna be slow. One thing I'll always be glad about is that Prime does not really have that many similar looking major models that look like expansions. Because in Echoes, Supers and Seekers can occasionally get confused. Missile expansions. Oh yeah, that's another one. Oh, I don't like it. It's bad on those ones. So neither of these checks are actually logical, because I don't have grapple. I have gravity suit. That's annoying. Wow, that gained a lot of height. I've confused supers in the tree and a CGC for missiles before. I've also done the same thing when they were in upper furnace. I hate not having stuff for this room. You can guess who won those CGC races. It's not my team. I like how when I said Tower of Light, my voice to text thought I said Tower of Plate. Ben did not have any. Okay. What? Fuck. That dash is so inconsistent. It's one of my least favorite strats. Nope, I see you flicker back. Okay. Dash got zoomed into the ground. Frozen Pike, how could you do this to me? Friends, I thought we were supposed to be friends. Thing is, it was for the last race, I was practicing this room to get these strats more consistent. Oh fuck. Jesus. That was such a struggle. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled Metroid Prime. Now, I think I will just do mines. Not sure. My loadout for it is not. Oh, an MQB. If it is, then that'd be bad, but I don't know, I think I'm gonna take that risk personally. Is that Elite Research is also an artifact, so if I don't somewhere or upper mines, then I'm gonna have to route through upper mines. Yeah, that is nice so far. Assuming we're gonna have more than last year. Winter tournament. Or rather, oh yeah. Let's go to the winter tournament. Yeah. I worked my way recently. I think I'm gonna check this first. Because if it's something like this, then it'll make navigation a lot easier. It's crap. this when you do this. Just very after this is a bit sketchy. I think I should have spider. I don't remember. For some reason. Well, no really new for me. It's not like... Sorry, this one sucked. Oh my god. Sometimes if you mess up that guy, that happens. You'll all your momentum. Tank should take this for safety. So fast that you can save station. There's one strat here I can do first. I didn't quite make it. Okay. We're good in that regard. Never punished. Excuse me, guys. What did that door look like it was already shot? We all hate football holiday. It's terrible. One of my least favorite ones. It's just because Hunter Metroids are so very annoying. What am I doing? I didn't even mean to set up that. I have the perfect amount of missiles for the strat. I don't have super missiles. Okay, we need to this. Thank you. If you have 17 missiles, it's the exact amount you need to just supers. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get this out. I think I fucked up. We'll see. Yeah, okay, well, the respawn is over. Well, that's just purely my bad. Not really screwed up humans. Thankfully, you can't spawn anywhere, so... Okay, I grabbed one spawn. Oh, that's the fucking OP hitbox. that was a bad OP fight, but it is what it is. Missing out sub-hour on these C's recently. I should have gone for a drop. Oh well. Do you know this elite pirate skip storm? That shot just went through the fucking... if you had an artifact on PCA, already had phase on suit, and were go mode, would you wall crawl it? Probably not. If it was the last artifact that you needed, then no, because you would not be able to save warp. Which is a pretty big time loss. I have Spider-Man. If it's not your last artifact, and it's good to route into after doing it, then yes, do that. And my question was, do you know the elite pirate skip in elite control? Sorry, Evan. Nice. Okay, it's a pretty useful one, and you're gonna want that for 20%. Sorry, buddy. So, we're gonna have the phase on suit, not in use. Incredible. Soul. Wow. That is a pretty good drop rate. Where am I? You are missing. Yes, that's the effects. So Shadow Pirate loves to run away. So, because no longer overlap those, you can actually overlap cutscene frame 1 more. Something. R. This is our last chance for good lines, and it's it, unless it's gravity. I don't know, I can't take the risk. Actually, I can do this. That's... I'm gonna have to click this. I don't know if that would be... This would just end up being... If it is just phase on, then... Oh. had his face mask. Oh. Had to do it anyways. It's something I came up with. Dace asked if there was a known peak for it, and nobody really knew of one. I kind of assumed you could use super missiles for it, but I tried, and they just did not work. But then I thought of bonking my head against that, a la FTA. Oh yeah. Oh jeez. That's unfortunate. Okay. I don't know what's faster. I think it's this way. It's hard to say. And you know what? I can't do this freaking cargo freight because I don't have. I also have Tower of Light. I think we're save warping, getting frigate, then save warping again and getting Tower of Light, which is a route. Woes of not having roots. Need to fail to learn, indeed. That wall curl in particular is pretty niche. You'll find a little bit more use for it in CGC though. You know what? Probably better to do this first, just in the off chance that tower chamber, which I'll bother to check, is what should we call it? Mr. Gravity. Which will make and cargo freight lift is make it a bit easier. Let's see. So, I never got punished for behind supers. Unless boost is in, like, no, it wasn't in Hydra, I checked. Ah, yes, the tree wall crawl. It is a bit of a silly wall crawl, yes. Wow, that's life giver. It's French enough. Go up. navigating through fruit is going to be slow. Oh. So, cargo freight lift isn't too far. Nice dash. That I do not need my hints anymore. Yeah, missed out on power by quite a bit this seed. Let's think. What else? I guess boost would have made this way faster. Or gravity. And I did a lot of out of the way checks. So I never got wrong. Except something in the maps though. Well, I guess there was thermal. Nice. Nice. Thankfully, thermal is going to make this a bit easier, especially because this trick makes it very dark. That gives me pseudo grab for that room. The lower half of it, I move as if I have gravity suit. Because of that. Yeah. It's peculiar. It's water box shenanigan. You transition it one or like 3 times. I don't know how many times. I think you have to do it kind of quickly, but twice, like twice is the amount I try and do, typically. Oh, that's another thing that'll probably screw up is some of that early cutscene. 8%. It's oh, serious. That's good. It's also being written about things is surprisingly heavy. I depend on what size of it. Those are pretty hard to hit. Darn. Yeah, the hitbox for that is huge. You usually want to try and dash away. He does that. Or he lands. Okay. Out of the room. There we go. Oh. I think it up. Gotta smooth it. Shooting that. This is an G though. Yep. So. Classic. One thing you'll notice, if you ever do exoskip on console, which I assume you have, there's a strategy where you map buffer as soon as it pops out of bounds to get a better idea of when you should be doing instead of more jump. On console, on both Nintendo and disc, if you were to open up the map there, the game would lag a bit before returning you to gameplay after the map closes. So that trick becomes, or that like setup, I guess, becomes a lot more unreliable when you're on disc or console. So jumping is for safety. On Dolphin, it does not. So technically speaking, both old and new exoskip are easier on Dolphin. Different reasons. It's 7, 8. Sure. Here we go, 113.30. Not great. Curious where Boost was. Probably far Chozo, if I had to guess. Yeah, or Thardas, honestly. Thardas is also possible. Biohazard! I had a sneaking suspicion that the supers had to lock something in. It's for Sun Chamber. Spider, right, that was there. I remember thinking, maybe I go out of my way for supers just in case Biohazard them, because I'm like, no, that's like way too slow, right? Man, yeah, that's a terrible spot. But you do get supers quite early. So if you end up routing through, if you get Magma early with supers, you could route Frigate early to clear that with cargo freight lifts and get boosts. That would be pretty nice. I did not do that though, because SJ was in Lava Lake, and after that, oops, I didn't really have a reason to go back Chozo except for those supers.